Welcome. So today we're going to be learning some more time words. That is, words that are used when you're talking about the time. And the first set of words that we have, you might already know these. 어제, yesterday, 오늘, today, and 내일, tomorrow. 그저께 means the day before yesterday. To say the day after tomorrow, you can either say 내일 모레, or you can just say 모레. Both have the same meaning. So those were just some basic words for the days. The following words that we're going to use for the rest of this lesson are used as adverbs. That means that you're going to be using these words before a verb, and they describe in what way you're doing the verb, or something about how, or in this case, when you're doing a verb. And the first one is 아직 or 아직도. Both of these have the same meaning, but 아직도 adds more emphasis. And what this means, it actually has two meanings. It can either mean yet or not yet, or it can also mean still when it's used with a negative sentence. So, I did not do it. In that case, you would translate it as not yet. I did not do it yet. I didn't do it yet. But when it's used with an affirmative sentence, for example, I am studying, then you would translate it as still. So I still am studying. I'm still studying. 아직도 is like not yet or still. It just adds more emphasis. Let me give you an example. 아직, still, or yet. 다, all of it, or to finish doing something. 하다, to do. So 못했어요. I couldn't do all of it. I couldn't finish it yet. I couldn't finish it all yet. 아직 다 못했어요. 아직, in this case, it's not a negative sentence. It's 하고 있어요. It's an affirmative sentence, so it's going to mean still. 숙제, homework, 하고 있어요. So I'm still doing my homework. 아직 숙제하고 있어요. I'm still doing homework. But if we were to make this into a question, are you still doing homework? Is what we get. But when you ask someone, in this case, you're not just saying, oh, are you still doing homework? What you kind of want to say is, are you still doing homework? You want that emphasis, not just it's still going on, but it's still going on, right? In which case, you would want to use not 아직, but 아직도. 아직도 would sound more natural because you want that emphasis. Are you still doing your homework? 아직도 숙제하고 있어요? Not just 아직 숙제하고 있어요? Are you still doing homework? So you'll often use 아직도 whenever you're adding emphasis to a sentence, especially when you're making questions. The next word we have is actually a set, 이미 and 벌써. Both of these words mean already, but 이미 is just already. 벌써 is already. 벌써 has a feeling of emotion. It feels like it's sooner than expected. So, already. Already. 이미, already. 출발하다, to depart, to leave from somewhere. 출발했어요. So I already left. 이미 출발했어요. 벌써 already 겨울이에요. It's already winter. It's winter already. The next word we have is 곧. It can mean soon. Something's happening soon. This is usually the word you want to use when you want to say soon. It could mean any moment. They'll be here any moment. Or before long, if you're talking about something happening. So let me give you a sentence. 도착하다 is to arrive. So 곧 도착해요. I am arriving. 곧 soon. 곧 도착해요. I'm arriving soon. Next, 바로. If you want to say something's going to happen right away, use 바로. You might also see this word combined with 지금. 지금 means right now. So 지금 바로 literally is right now, immediately, or right now, right away. It's just more emphasis. Like if you're watching a commercial on television and they say, call now, and we'll throw in a second orange peeler for the same price, just pay the shipping. They would say, 지금 바로 전화하세요. 지금 바로 오세요. So right away, now. So now, right away, come here. 지금 바로 오세요. So come here right now. 뜨겁다, to be hot to the touch. 뜨거우니까, so because it's hot, therefore, 바로, right away. 마시다, to drink it. 마시지 마세요. So don't drink it right away because it's hot. 뜨거우니까 바로 마시지 마세요. So don't drink it right away because it's hot. Next, 곧, soon. 바로, right away. 곧바로. 곧바로 is right away or immediately. And it has the same meaning as just 바로, but with more emphasis. Right away, as soon as can be, immediately. And this word is not just more emphatic than 바로, but it's also a slightly bit formal. I don't want to say it's very formal, but it's a little bit. So you're not going to see this one too often, but you might find it in writing. 고등학교를 졸업하고, so 고등학교 is high school, 졸업하다 is to graduate, so 하고, after I graduated high school, 곧바로, right away, 군대, military에 갔어요. So I went to the military right after graduating from high school. So I graduated high school, and then right after, I went into the military. The next word we have, 넘게. 넘게 means more than or over in amount of time. So, more than 1 year, over a year, more than 3 days, over a week, like that. The way you use it is after the time. So you'll say time and then 넘게 and then whatever verb. 3년, 3 years, 넘게, more than or over. Again, it's over an amount of time, which it comes after. And there's a space here. 공부하다, to study, 공부했어요. I studied over or more than 3년, 3 years. 3년 넘게 공부했어요. I studied over 3 years. In my case, 한국어를 18년 넘게 공부했어요. I've studied Korean over 18 years. In fact, next year will be my 19th year. It's a long time. So the obvious question then is, how do you say less than 3 years? There are some ways you can say it that are very simple, but the most common way and the most natural sounding way is not with just an adverb, but it's actually going to be with a completely different form. Using the form for saying since, like since you've started doing something, since you did something. So if you want to say, I studied for under 3 years, or I studied for less than 3 years, you would actually instead say, since I started studying, it hasn't yet been 3 years. The way that works is you would use the 지 form and then time, and then you can use 도 to say even 3 years, or 밖에, only 3 years, and then you would use the verb 안 되다. I have a separate live stream about this form. This was from August 21st, 2022, and I taught about how to use this form. You can use 공부한지. So since I started studying, or literally just since I studied, or 공부하기 시작한지. Since I started studying, I would use this. 공부하기 시작한지 3년도, so even 3 years, 안 됐어요. It has not been even 3 years since I started studying. So that's how you'd say it's been less than 3 years since I started studying. Alternatively, you could have said 3년 밖에 안 됐어요. 밖에 is how you say only when you're using it with a negative sentence. So it's only been 3 years since I started studying. Like it hasn't been more than 3 years yet. If you wanted, you could even add 아직 into here. 공부하기 시작한 지 아직 3년도 안 됐어요. It hasn't even yet been 3 years since I started studying. So you can do whatever you want to make it more fun, but that's the standard form. Thank you everyone for coming to the live stream today, and I will see you again next time. 그럼 다음에 또 봐.